Hi, welcome to this studio session. This studio session is going to be fantastic. I'm just so excited for the people we've got here to interview today in our session called Make It Happen. But first of all, I'm just going to do acknowledgement to country. The Emporium Creative Hub acknowledges traditional owners, the Dja Dja Wurrung people, on whose land we meet, share, work and create. It's so good to be here. My name is Tam. I am the creative director of my creative enterprise called Create Business. Just got to try and say create as much as possible. This session, we're talking with young artists here in Bendigo, or have started off in Bendigo, and to find out how they got their big breaks in Bendigo. Patti, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. So good to have you here. And Fae, also known as Yer Gurl.
Hi.
Hi. And Jackson.
Howdy, how are we?
Yes. I have just got to be rude and grab a sip of water, and now I'm going to introduce you some more. So, also, I'd just like to say hello to our guests on Facebook. Hello. Now, we want to hear from you while we're chatting. I'd love to know about your creative enterprise, and if you have got any questions or comments for these amazing young artists, please share them. And Patti, it's so good to be talking with you, and I'm just so excited for what you're creating in your life. Patti right now is a high school student and comedian and actor, originally from Castlemaine, and in 2019 2020, she was the winner of the Melbourne International Comedy Festival's Class Clowns competition. Yeah, you're a superstar, Patti, no doubt about it. Patti was also a writer and cast member of the Arts Centre Melbourne and Melbourne Comedy Festival LOL's Squad web series, and Up Next, and recently Choose Your Own Variety with Ali McGregor. And she's done loads of other work with really leading organisations. So good, Patti. And we have got just another amazing young woman here with us, Fae, or Yer Gurl.
That's me.
She is a songwriter, vocalist, and producer, making dreamy pop beats in her bedroom. Growing up in the rural Victorian town of Bendigo, Yer Gurl describes the moments of her life as a rebellious teen and explores the power of emotions have over hormonal adolescence through confronting raw and lyrics. But most of all, Yer Gurl was a finalist in the Triple J's Unearthed competition in 2018 and has shared the stage with the likes of G-Flip, and I don't know if I can say this properly. Don't know them. Wafer?
I think Wafia.
Even
though I'm not certain on how to say her name.
And Faye's appeared at the Grooving Mood Festival, Big Sound, and at St Kilda Festival. And Jackson, so good to have you with us as well. Jackson is a developer and technology consultant. He leads the Lower and East Bendigo / New York-based creative office, specialising in brand identity and design. His work focuses on making modern technology accessible to small and mid-sized companies through functional websites and applications. So yeah, I think you're going to get a lot of questions. Everyone needs that support. He's also currently serving as creative director at Cosmo, a property management startup in Bendigo. I didn't know about that one, Jackson. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we're going to jump in and, give you a chance to talk about yourself and how your career has been happening. What I really love about the Emporium Creative Hub is, even though it's closed right at the moment to co-working because of COVID, it's still working really hard to build a community that creative entrepreneurs can connect and learn from each other and be inspired by each other. And a great way to do that is through their Facebook page and their Facebook page group. Lyndon, also, did you want to share a link in the comments there for a survey that's out at the moment for a creative industry for young Victorians, which is about supporting young creatives aged 15 to 25. I think that survey's been run by the state government, so that's a great opportunity to make sure your voice is heard by the state government and that they integrate into their policy making the needs of young creatives. And that's really what I want to try and get to the heart of today as well, is what is working in Bendigo for people starting out in their career in the creative industries, and what else we need here in Bendigo to make that even bigger. But we have got 3 young people have already totally got that off the ground. Faye, what an incredible experience for your work to be recognised on Triple J. Well done. It must have been awesome.
Yes.
Has singing and songwriting always been your thing? How did it all kind of evolve for you?
Yeah, it kind of has always been my thing. I've been like singing since I was pretty much born because my dad was a singer, so obviously monkey see, monkey do. He was singing, me and my sister were singing. And yeah, I think when I would sing, I would always just kind of make up my own songs. Like I wouldn't really sing songs that were already out there. But yeah, it has always kind of been a thing for me, but it only really became real in the last few years, obviously.
Yeah, how did you know? Like, I've done plenty of singing into a hairbrush in my time, but how did you know when your work and what you were making, and it's super courageous. You know that you're ready to launch it into the world and show it to other people. Like, how did you know that it was ready to go?
Well, honestly, I'm not even sure why I like put my music out there in the world. I think I just sort of did it for the sakes of it. I was like, oh, well, this is fun. I enjoy this music, and I think it's pretty good. May as well like show it to people. But obviously, like eventually, I kind of came to the realization that like it was good when I was getting like emails from like agents and like managers and stuff. That made it real.
Okay. So, and what platforms, to start getting that interaction with, agents and managers and people who wanted to back you? How did you launch it all?
Well, I think most of the people that got in contact with me, I think they mostly came from SoundCloud or Triple J Unearthed. Like I swear by Triple J Unearthed. Like I know that everyone checks it. Like that's how a lot of people get discovered and stuff, because everyone knows that's the place to look for like the next big thing.
How did you like make the decision to submit your work to Triple J Unearthed?
I don't know. It wasn't really a hard decision at all. Yeah, like I said, I just sort of did it for the sakes of it because I don't know. I just thought, well, you never know. Like maybe someone cool will like it or something. And then that's the thing. Once your music's already on Triple J Unearthed, you're like automatically entered into the competition.
Okay. Cool. Well done. I mean, for me, from my perspective, I think that takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to sort of put something out there. And
I think it does, to be honest. I'm just like one of those open book kind of people that aren't like, I don't know, I'm not scared to like be myself really. So it didn't feel like it took a lot of courage, but like it definitely does.
What about like juggling while doing schoolwork and all the other social pressures and whatever's happening around that time? Like what you were in year 11 when that all happened?
Well, the competition happened in year 12. Yeah, year 12 was hectic with music in school because I I was actually touring with Wafia while we were studying for exams. And I mean, at that point I had just decided that, oh, I'm going to be famous. I don't care about school. Like, I didn't really try that hard at school at that point, because I thought, like, you know, well, my success is not guaranteed, but it's looking good. And on top of that, I didn't really plan on going to uni anyway. So I just focused on doing the tour and like having a good time.
Was there anything happening for you? Well, I suppose I'm thinking like in year 10. I'm being a bit leading with my question. That gave you some skills or that basic foundation as a singer-songwriter?
Yeah, definitely. ACA, the Academy of Creative Arts, at BSE, that definitely, I don't know, it felt much more personal. Like, I did choir and stuff like that in year 9, but ACA felt really personal. It felt like all the teachers like understood your journey individually, and all the advice was like pretty applicable to everyone. Yeah, I think ACA totally developed my skills and everything. ACA was really good.
That's really interesting. I want to just sort of delve into that a bit more. Like, I really liked that, you made that distinction between, at school you can have choir or a band or something, but when you have a dedicated program that is about the development of the person as an artist and what that means, I'd be good to just jump into that a bit more.
Yeah, well, I guess, I think because also, when it's like a specialized program, there's just less people overall. So the teachers do have more time to like get to know you as a person. And I think because it's like a shared passion thing, we're in a group full of people who are all passionate about the same thing. Like, you all get kind of invested in each other's like individual journey. And yeah, it feels like everyone cares about you as an individual, like in an environment like that. So it was a very encouraging kind of space. So yeah, it was really good like that.
And how have you gone, like, moving from that sort of intense space where and I suppose smaller, being in Bendigo, into stepping into the industry in a larger community? Have you found that same sort of support, or have you really had to rely on yourself?
Well, one thing that I don't know, I kind of always had this problem, honestly. Like, even in Bendigo, I found it hard to find artists who I wanted to work with. Like, there was heaps of talented people doing their own thing, but no one was doing something similar to me, and I like didn't really have any collaborators until maybe like early this year. I just met like a couple of people that I actually see myself as working with, and oh my god, it's hard when you're like living in Melbourne now, like to find people. Like, there's so many people. How do I find like the ones that I want to work with? It was hard.
Okay. So it sounds like despite maybe not having that same level of support, you've still been able to move forward. And that was my next question for you. Like, with and I suppose you've just mentioned collaborators, but I'll say, audience is obviously really important as a performer and a creative. What role does social media play, and sort of that networking side of things play for you?
For me, like, social media is bloody everything for me. I use like Instagram almost every day, and like I love talking to fans on there and stuff like that. Like, I think my fans have become like friends because I have that ability to like regularly be in contact with them. And on top of that, I swear to God, I wouldn't have even been able to like gain momentum and like have a career if it wasn't for social media. Because I think also with social media in this day and age, like, you can have a very personal relationship with like your fans, and your fans can feel very like personally attached to you. Like, you all feel like you know each other on social media, and so I think it just accelerates things. It makes people like want to stick around longer because they really know and love you as well as your music.
Okay. That sounds like a lot to manage, or does that just all come naturally to you?
It does come natural to me. Like yeah, I'm just very like open, and I love to just share. Like I'm a chronic oversharer, so like social media's the place to be.
Well, I'm glad that's working out for you. And Lyndon, if you've got an opportunity to pop in to our feed there, Yer Gurl's socials, so people can connect in with Fae and see what she's up to out there, that would be awesome. Patti,
Yeah.
I heard that your career started in comedy because you were too rowdy in class, and maybe the teachers were a bit sick of you.
Yeah, pretty much. I've never been particularly good at school. I dropped out of school in year 6 in primary school.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I don't know. I was just not very good at it, and I was in an ACA class, and I was meant to be presenting artwork, but I hadn't actually made any artwork because I'd forgotten, and so I just made a really crap song and sung it, and they were like, "That's pretty funny. Maybe you should do that instead." Essentially.
So, what happened? Like when they? Oh my God! I think what you've chosen to do is one of the most terrifying things in the world. I mean, to stand up on stage by yourself with a microphone and talk and try and elicit someone to laugh at you. Oh my God! How did that happen?
Well, I'd been doing like acting before I started doing comedy, so like I was already fairly comfortable on stage, and I've honestly never had that much of an issue on stage. I kind of don't care because I don't know the people I'm performing to. Like I'd be a lot more scared to go perform in front of my mum than I would be to go perform in front of a bunch of people. I feel like Faye would get it. Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, stuff like that. And I guess because the first comedy gig I ever did, which was the first round of Class Clowns, I was probably too overconfident and I improved it and it went really well. And so because the first time I did it, it went really well, I think I just placeboed myself into thinking that it will be fine every other time that I then went and did it.
Was it?
Fun?
And was it fine every other time that you've been on stage?
Oh no, I've had some gigs where 15 police turned up in the middle of it. There's been some weird ones, but I know that the next people haven't got a chance.
Did they turn up for you, Patti?
Pardon?
Did the police turn up for you?
Oh no, of course not. I'm good, never cheeky.
Cool. So what was it, to know that what you have got, get up there on stage and then enter the statewide, national, international comedy festival? Like,
it was an international festival, but the competition was just national. Yeah.
And was there someone who backed you or supported you to go down that path and know that you were right to go?
Yeah,
It sounds like you're pretty led by a strong instinct that everything's going to be okay too.
Well, it was partly because I felt like I could do it, or I felt like it was just fun and it would be a funny story even if it didn't go well. But Ellen Kate, who is one of the teachers at BSC, and
okay,
yeah, she was a massive pusher and really supportive of me doing that, and like came down to Melbourne with me to go do that, and even in
Really?
And stuff. Yeah, and
Melbourne with you?
Went to Melbourne with me. Took it as an excursion day at school.
Really?
Yeah, and which was part of getting, because it's school project, putting through school, and then when I was doing like the big final round, she got quite a few kids from ACA to come down and support, which was like awesome and made me feel like, oh, okay, this is good. People think I can do it, which was a massive confidence boost.
Well done.
That's so awesome.
It certainly is an amazing foundation that's happening at Bendigo Southeast in terms of getting people started.
Sure.
And sometimes, I guess you don't know what you don't know, do you? You just gotta like hold your breath and jump in, yeah?
Pretty much, I reckon. That's the way to go.
And what about for you, like you've made a really deliberate decision to pursue a career in comedy, which I freaking love. What's going on for you now?
Well, COVID put a little bit of a stopper in it. Managed to do a couple of live streams and some skit work, which is all coming out for the next comedy festival. A couple things for this comedy festival, but it got a bit pushed. But basically, this year
Sorry, what
there was just a couple of skit videos that came out for the previous comedy festival and this one coming
oh,
in
yeah.
2021. But basically, I'm just finalising my full like solo live show this year. So finishing completely the writing for that, and then hopefully, if we can have live audiences next year, I'll be good to go doing that.
Cool. So you're very much embedded in the festival circuit.
I'm trying to be. We're trying to get there. Yeah.
Oh, and so what's that like? Like, how do you do that networking and making people think of you and stuff?
Well, part of it was Class Clowns, and up next, which is Comedy Festival and Arts Centre run programs. So that got me a couple of contacts, but the main ones that got me into doing like the possible solo show and a lot of other work is a little bit sort of maybe illegal jobs at bars on open mics, which if you have a parent, they usually don't mind. But essentially, it was just a lot of skipping school, going to Melbourne to do late night gigs in pubs, and then just telling everyone my name and hoping for the best. That was a massive part of it, and that's what got me Paul Blackburn, who's the dude who's helping me with the solo show and giving me a venue to possibly do that in and stuff like that.
Okay, so you got a solo show coming up.
Yeah, the next comedy festival, hopefully.
Far out. How long's that going to go for?
The running time I think is between 45 minutes to an hour. Depends on some audience participation, the night, whatever. And usually it will just run for the span of the festival.
Wow. That's great, Patti. I want to go to that.
Come along.
Tell me about how you are finding out about your like voice or your material, or like how do you create it? How's that as your practice as a comedian?
It spans. Sometimes it's just stuff I've said in conversation which I thought was funny, and then I work out a way to phrase that so that it works if there's no one else talking. Like there's a lot of notes from 3 o'clock in the morning which are random things, like the bananas in pajamas are actually a murder mystery or something, and then I have to go back and decipher what I was thinking, and through doing that maybe there's a joke in there or something.
Okay, so it sounds like you're just dedicated to gathering material.
Pretty much, that's what a lot of it is. People like relatable things, so if I can find things that happen that I think other people relate to, then I just try to find a funny spin on that.
I can see you nodding your head too there, Fae. Is that similar to your practice?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, like I've got heaps of like notes on my phone that are just like one sentence, but yeah, you just got to collect the ideas whenever they come because they don't come all the time.
No.
And Patti, who taught you how to do that, or is that something you were just naturally inclined to do?
I've always.
How do you know how to edit them and know if they're funny?
Oh, well, if they're funny if people laugh. that's the only way. The scary part of comedy, which I think pushes people away from it, is the only way to know if your comedy works and if it's good is just to keep saying it. And there's always the chance that it was just the audience on the night, because different audiences like different things, or it might just be timing. There's been jokes that I've done which I thought didn't work, but in reality it was just because I was saying it a second too slow or something like that. So you just got to keep reworking it.
Wow. Do you have someone who like coaches you in things like understand the nuances of timing and how an audience might catch on to something?
I talk to a lot of people. I don't have a specific person, but when I was going out and doing those open mics and stuff, always go talk to the other comedians. How do you do that? How do you do this? That kind of thing. And I used to do, I think the big space for me was in Castlemaine. I did a youth theatre with Kirsty Babbage. And it was all improv. All the shows always improv. And I think from doing that, it teaches you natural knack and timing, I think.
Okay.
Patti, I don't know how you do it, just saying. But improv, that is the most frightening idea to me.
Man, it's just like a solo. Very big.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It takes a lot of energy or a lot of something to, kind of get into that space.
Yeah. Sometimes it can. I think it if you like what you're doing, you'll do it without energy.
Just happens for you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that your teacher wanted to get you out of her classroom and into comedy, because clearly you found the right space.
Yeah, no, big ups to her. Love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jackson, I know with your work and the creative enterprise you've got cracking at the moment, that for you work experience is really important in getting into that stepping stone into industry and building up, a network of entrepreneurs. Tell me about how you kind of just made that happen.
Sure. Work experience, as you said, so,
I've got your sound is really, your microphone's really cutting up. It's hard to understand what you're saying.
Right.
I don't know if you can mess around the settings there.
Is that any better?
That's a little better. I think I've worked out that clicking sound might be from you.
Okay, cool. I might just add some.
Oh, that's better. But I can't hear you now. So unplug and unconnect your headphones. Lyndon, do you have some promo shots of Jackson being fabulous we can share with the audience? So Jackson is a developer. His business is all about making great websites. There it is, Laura and East, and his business. I've been really privileged to watch it grow and get off the ground. I don't know. I think when Jackson gets back on, I think he established in 2018, I reckon. And his work is just really gorgeous. And I also really admire about him just being so fearless in the way he's build a client base and also collaborators. He's really worthwhile checking out his folio of work and also following on social media, and it's a bit of fun as well. How are you going there with your microphone, Jackson? No, it's still not working. That's okay. I can hear you clicking, I think. Well, Jackson's just sorting out his stuff, and I'm getting a text message from our producer. But I wanted to know, Faye, what are you working on right now to create momentum? I know in your industry it's just been slammed. How are you staying connected?
Honestly, I've been a little bit more on the disconnected side. I don't know. I've turned down a lot of like Instagram live like shows and stuff like that, just because I would rather just disappear than do a bad show or something like that, or like put something out there that wasn't that great. Like, I don't know. I've just been talking to the fans and living life like normal, writing songs, but haven't been doing too much to like stay relevant. I'm just kind of letting the ocean take me away.
Okay, well, that's great. You've been able to make that decision and be really clear about it, because I think that would be the hardest part.
Mm.
Yeah, that's cool. And what about for you, Patti? How have you been creating momentum?
I've been just working and writing, working on skits. It's been mainly just sitting in my room and writing weird things. I've had a couple of Zooms with other comedians and other writers to try to brainstorm weird stuff that we can all just make fun of, I guess. Yeah.
So staying connected to your community?
Yeah, trying to. Mainly just the other people I know who make lots of forms of media, but mainly comedy.
That's cool. I know that's been really difficult, but I've kind of also appreciated like a different sort of space to operate it in as well, and almost taking a little rest. I know we have got some comments there from a few people. Ochre and Ocean saying hi and that they're enjoying hearing from us all. So thank you, and thank you for sharing your socials. If you do have any questions for Patti, Fae, and Jackson, please pop them in our comments. Patti and Fae, what do you reckon works really well in Bendigo for young people to get their creative career happening?
Oh, who started?
You can go first.
All right. Cool. I think there's a lot of good, more than starting, but there's a lot of really good starting opportunities for kids in Bendigo, like ACA and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of good connections that people can get just through going to school there, which is awesome. And those connections, I guess, as Faye and me have both sort of proved, and Jackson can push you further because it networks out. But I think there's some really enthusiastic people who are willing to help young creative people, which is great.
How do you come across those right people though? That's kind of like super hit and miss, do you think?
I think it's just kind of luck, honestly. You just gotta be in the know. You just gotta. Oh, Mum asked a question.
You weren't supposed to let on that it was your mum, Faye.
Huh?
I was just saying, you weren't supposed to let on that it was your mum, but it is gorgeous. She's asked a question. Do you want to answer it for her?
Is everyone answering?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Well, I'll just go first. But I guess this was something that I dreamed of doing, but it always was just a dream. Like, I thought there's absolutely it doesn't happen to Australians and stuff like that. It just wasn't realistic. I just thought, oh yeah, that would be cool to be a pop star like Britney Spears. But yeah, it wasn't realistic. Otherwise, I had no other ambitions. So that's my answer.
Oh, that's good. Just had one dream and made it happen. Jackson, if you can hear me, Lyndon is trying to give you a call to help you out. I think your phone might be off, and she'll help you out with your settings there.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, I think yeah. All right. You're not hearing any clicking noises or anything?
No, all I can hear is you, which is awesome.
Right. Awesome. Sorry about that.
That's okay. These things happen. It's the joy of live streaming. And I'm just so glad that you're here, because I reckon what I was saying is that, your business, it's cranking. Was it 2018 you launched, Jackson?
2016, yeah.
2016, really? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And tell me, what I think, work experience was pretty pivotal in getting you going. And working out where your skills lie and starting building up those entrepreneurial networks. Share a bit of that, how you kind of got it happening for yourself.
Yeah, great question. So I've always, loved design and the technology behind, digital systems and everything like that. And around early 2016, I was like, cool, I'm into this. What can I do with this? And when you're getting into the VC years of high school, you really have to start thinking about like, what direction am I going to take myself? So naturally, work experience was a progression of that, and I worked with a couple people in IT and tech in Bendigo, and I think just getting that experience and getting your foot in the door, especially in Bendigo, where I think that's very important. It just showed me, how to start off and what to do and what not to do, and a lot of that. Yeah.
So I just like Fae and Patti, I think with your story, Jackson, I just love that you were just so brave and just really clear and just did it, just put yourself out there, whatever comes, you're going to embrace it and check it out. What were the steps like for you to realize, well, actually, I'm going to start up my own creative enterprise?
Yeah, I mean, it took, and obviously I'm still starting out. I guess I'm always starting out, but the first, year was very tough. Being a 16-year-old, it's pretty hard to build trust. It's like, here's this little kid with a high voice. Like, what can he do? So just starting out, I think I probably started pretty young. That was tough. So it was really just about learning to value my work and create value where I can for the client. So a lot of trial and error, and a lot of very, very cheap websites and all that. Yeah. So I think that was the hard part, and then I aligned that with some more work experience going on, and it showed me all about value and selling yourself, I guess. Yeah.
I think, I'm a lot older than you guys, and I run my own business, and I'm still understanding that notion of value. I really am, and how to position yourself in the market. But what really excites me is that all of you have really backed yourselves and understand the value that you give. And in your case, Jackson, yours is to businesses building website or providing design services. Whereas Faye and Patti, you're quite clear and honing into your what your audiences want to hear and experience. I just think that's so awesome. And what I think also, Jackson, networking for someone so young, also in that business world where age can be a thing on your side and reputation can be a thing on your side, that you've again just totally jumped off the cliff and got into networking in a big way, not only in Bendigo, but in other locations where you want clients and collaborators to work with. Tell me about that journey.
Yeah, networking and all that, meeting other people in business and creatives, was great to get my name out there and just chat with people. I could have posted an ad or something and said, hey, I make websites, but you have to go out there and build trust. So I think networking for me was, hey, here's my story, here's what I do. If you want to work together, hit me up. And meeting other people just really helped with that, because I think that's really was the only way for me to start. I couldn't just go out there and have a website and say I'm in business. I had to go out and meet and hear what people are thinking about and what they're wanting, and try and adjust what I'm doing to meet those needs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was really jealous when I found out that you're taking yourself and your business to New York, and you position yourself in Bendigo and New York. What's that all about?
Yeah, so last year I went to New York for a bit, met some cool people through networking, and was like, I guess I'll just move here. You know, I'm at that age where I can take a leap like that and mess up and start again. And it went really well, and I got some good contacts over there, and then some stuff with Trump and coronavirus, and I came back in March, and yeah, it's been great to be back, and I still have some clients over there, so I'm kind of just working remote, and I hope to get back there soon. But for now, I'm just enjoying being with my team in Bendigo and working with the people of Bendigo and all that. Yeah.
I love your broad vision and it's just awesome. I wish I have that a lot. It's beautiful. So I've got some great questions coming in, and from Louise, hey Lou, who we had on the studio session last week, she says, do any of you struggle with being taken seriously because you are young? Or do you find people mostly are backing you and will give you a go? I know you sort of, I sort of, you sort of did address that, Jackson, when you said when you started when you were 16, that you found it really hard.
Yeah.
You just, sound like you just took on any job or took on any challenge and did it the best you could.
Absolutely. And I'm 20 now, and that's still very young, to be running a business. But I think if you back yourself, and not in an arrogant way, you know what you can deliver on, and and you're honest and all that, people will take you more seriously than if you go in there in a Armani suit and you've got a gold watch and you're selling yourself as some get rich quick entrepreneur. That's not going to work. So you just have to be down to earth and admit what you can do and then what you can't do. And that's what it's taken for me now, just to have that taken seriously. And then, eventually your work will speak for it and all that. Yeah.
Have you ever come across that age barrier to being in this world?
Me? Well, I mean, I've been like surprised by like the kind of people that have like supported me sometimes. Like, I feel like, I don't know, it's always been kind of like a pleasant surprise when like older people like would try to be supportive and stuff like that. And just like, I even have a few like older fans, which is like, I find really cool that like I could have some like middle-aged fans and stuff like that, because I like totally wouldn't expect that, but it's like really cool. Yeah, but
I've lost Fae, or maybe I've lost all of you.
From people who were only a little bit older than me, and like they treated me like I was like 15 or something, and I was like only 18. But then like, I don't know, I have stories that I probably can't share on a live, but like yeah, I've kind of experienced it a little bit, but mostly all good.
Yeah, well, it certainly hasn't held you back, huh?
No,
don't let him anyway. Patti, you look like you're thinking about something funny.
Yeah. It's generally been awesome. It's actually worked to my advantage being young, because I have a really wide scope of things that I can joke about, and there's like sort of a rule in comedy where you can only generally people prefer it if you're making fun of something or talking about something. If you talk about people older than you or in a place of more privilege, and being young, it meant that I could talk about everyone who was older than me, which was great. And I've never really had anything bad happen with people not taking me seriously as a young person. The thing I was thinking about before was just there's a group of these Welsh ladies who just loved the fact that I was young. And I've got this photo on my phone of me in St Kilda with just all these really old Welsh women. There's no other story to that. It's just funny for me. But anyway.
They just adore you, and why wouldn't they?
I don't know.
Jackson, I do have to ask this question, and it kind of links into our discussion we're having before about like what's working in Bendigo to support people get into creative industries. So what role has co-working played in that for you?
Yeah, I mean, amazing question. Co-working, I credit for a lot. We were in the hub not a while back, a year ago. It feels like a while. And I met a lot of small business owners and entrepreneurs doing completely different stuff. And I just learned so much from them, and it introduced me to a lot of new things and a lot of new contexts. So co-working, really pivotal. Yeah. I'm still in co-working, and I did co-working in New York. So I'll probably stick to co-working because it's just great to work with people from all different walks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a total addict as well. I just cannot have a sticky beak at what other people are doing in case there's something I can steal or learn from or be inspired by. Yeah, it's great. What else is happening in Bendigo that's great creatives? I know you talked about, people, that you might come across by chance that will, help lead you into where your talents are, and into a place where you can develop those talents and play with those talents. Is there anything else like happening that's you can attribute, or should I skip on to the next question?
I think there could be more. I think we need more of a culture for young people getting into business or creative arts or whatever it is they're doing. Obviously, I've had the backing of co-working spaces, but I have felt at times very on my own. Like I'm just forging the path for myself there, and there wasn't really anything there for me. I'm sure there is, but it wasn't readily available when I needed it. So I think we need a better culture around young people getting into business and some systems to support that. Yeah.
Yeah, can I just say, sorry, I just want to say, obviously this was when I was in Bendigo, but as a young musician in Bendigo, I felt relatively excluded from the scene because I don't know, I feel like most of the music scene in Bendigo revolved around adults, and definitely not pop music either. I also felt excluded as a pop musician. It was like everyone in Bendigo was making like folk music and blues or something, and it was like that's not the only people who were making music in Bendigo. Obviously, being an ACA, we had people that were like rapping and stuff like that, and of course other people interested in pop music. And yeah, I think there needs to be something outside of school stuff that would have been helpful. And yeah, I felt excluded. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. What about you, Patti? You're nodding as well. What do we need?
Well, yeah, I agree with what's just been said by Jackson and Fae. I think we need to have more spaces, and we need to have spaces that integrate between the teenagers and the adults, as opposed to just having these adult-only spaces or these just spaces for younger people. Because like there was when I was starting to pick up doing comedy, and I'm coming from that angle. There was nothing in Bendigo. Like I had to go to Melbourne if I wanted to do anything or get anywhere. There was absolutely no space for that to occur in Bendigo as a younger person. I'm not sure, and I'm not versed on that if you were more of an adult, but from my perspective, yeah.
Yeah, I want to do star jumps. I want the same. Like I'm going to pretend that I'm not going to tell you what my age is, but you can imagine what it is. And in my business, I need so much perspective, and I need to know like how other people are solving problems and thinking through things and trying out stuff. And I just don't get that from hanging out with people my age. But I feel kind of excluded too. I want to interact with people who are trying out stuff and doing things and maybe go on places that I would never dream of. I need it, and I just love hearing your stories, and I'd love to be in a space where I'm working with very similar people. How are we going to do that? How are we going to make my dream come true?
I think you've touched on a good point there. We're biased in coming from the angle of young people starting out, but I just think there needs to be a better culture for everyone starting out, regardless of age. So I think just that startup culture, whether it is in business or in creative, creative arts, is probably lacking. Yeah, for any, yeah.
Okay, I guess that's kind of what the role of program. And Dave, next time I see you, I'm going to kill you. You're way off my age there. A few decades, actually. Yeah, but how are we, sometimes it's, you've got a space, but who cares? What is it that's going to, stop people encountering each other just by luck? That's not good enough.
I reckon events is a big one. Holding events is massive because, you can hold a space and you can hold workshops and things, but in reality, a lot of, and I'm talking about young people again, but this is true for older people. A lot of people don't want to be told what to do, especially if they are creative. We have that in school. We go to school art classes. We already have people telling us how to work and what to do. But holding things like events where people just get to showcase what they do and then other people get to come look at it. Conversation starts the moment you walk in there.
I agree.
So just getting together and getting a variety of creatives and artists doing their thing.
Definitely. And through that you'll build contacts, you'll see who's into it. And then, maybe you go into doing your workshops or holding a space that more people can come into. But you gotta catch them with something and get them inspired with other people before they're gonna be willing to do that, I feel.
Well, tell me, how can we get my naggy voice on? How can we get that diversity? What's gonna get someone who's doing year 10 in comedy at Bendigo Southeast to come along to an event where I'm banging on about startups? How's that ever going to happen?
You get people like Fae to perform there. Someone who
Hey.
who they want to see and who is somehow relatable to them or in the line of people that they're going to be a fan of.
Patti,
I think you just need a range of people running it and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I like that. Thank you. We are coming into the close of the session. We've got 5 more minutes. This always happens 20 minutes in, I'm always like, this is going to take forever. But then at the end, I just want to keep talking. Anyone in our audience who wants to ask anything about what we need here for more collaboration, more opportunities for people to get off the ground, and especially younger people, that would be great to hear from you. We've got hip-hop opportunities for youth. They're wanting to see free studio, dance, street art space, and mentorship for young people, and maybe any age people.
I really like the events thing. I just think I had a thought about the events thing too. It's kind of it's a non-committal opportunity. I'm personally quite intimidated by commitment, and I think the idea of having to go somewhere or sign up for something or being a part of something is kind of intimidating. But then if it's just a one night thing, that could be still a really huge opportunity to meet with people and stuff like that. I like the idea of events because, I think, and then that's the thing, the more events, the more people come, and then they're like, okay, I think I can commit to this kind of thing.
Yeah, I like it. Like your approach. I suppose Dave, who is the manager of the Emporium Creative Hub, has just mentioned it's going to be, right now to do those events is hard because of COVID. Have you got any responses to that? It's just hard.
No, and like, I don't know, I'm like happy riding the wave of COVID. I'm like, you know what? Sure, stuff's bad right now. We don't get to do stuff, but like, oh well. I would rather just wait till we can do things properly and it actually be fun than say like do stuff like half-assed or like COVID way. Like that was kind of like my attitude towards like doing like Instagram live shows. It's like I would literally rather just do no shows than and then do like a normal show.
Yeah. Patty, have you taken that approach as well?
I haven't. I decided to just do the live streams that I was given opportunity to do, and do the pre-recordings for things. Partly just to get my name out there, and for different reasons, and because people I knew were asking me to do those things. But it was also comedy, because it's so much about timing and live comedy. It was just a really interesting platform to switch to. So I was, it was partly just to network, but it was also a practice in myself for being able to switch between mediums and different types of audiences, which was useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there has been some really useful experiences. And once again, I just love how you are just doing it. Jackson, what about for you? Have you got anything you've had to adjust or you suggest to, keep that momentum going? Sounds like collaboration might be part of it.
Yeah, I think so. Is that in terms of during COVID or just generally?
Well, that might have come up through COVID or to get through COVID, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably not so much, yeah.
Okay. Just while we do have a few more minutes, Dave's also mentioned about there is behind the scenes talk of having, sounds really boring, but it's not going to be. It's a creative industries career expo. And where I'm hoping, my dream behind that is that it's not necessarily people standing behind a fold-out table, promoting their organisation, but actually opportunities for young people to meet other people who are doing their thing in the industry and have some, one-on-one conversations and get inside things a bit more and do some real networking. Have you got any ideas about what would make that successful and meaningful?
Well, I don't know. When you said that, that just sort of reminded me of Big Sound a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how relatable it is, but like, and like when I went to Big Sound, I went as a performer. So like I didn't go to any of the other like event things and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think maybe if you guys looked into kind of how they run stuff at Big Sound, like Big Sound is so popular and stuff like that, and I think that would be cool and very useful.
All right, I'll check that out. Thank you. Any other tips and tricks of busting open things for young people in Bendigo? Is Creative Careers Expo something that's going to be awesome to make that happen?
Make it like a big party.
Yeah. Make it something that they're going to want to go to, not something that they should go to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good advice. Thank you. Oh, I have just loved talking to you all. You are doing so many awesome things, even though it's been really, really tough. And I'm just so looking forward to, what's next for you all and seeing you doing your thing. I've just got to do another little shout out for the Emporium. So you've got to check out their Facebook group page. And also, even though you can't come in here and do co-working out, there is a great studio space, which is really good for videoing and photography. That's available for booking. You get on their socials or website and ask about that. They'll be able to provide you with information about how you can access it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. All the best for what's coming up next. And thank you for making your time available. It's been so good.
Thank you.
Thank you.